Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go any further, we would like to wish a happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. We think of the moms that we have in our world today, and we also think of the moms that obviously that some have lost. We think of their memories. We think of the times that we cherished with them, and all the moms, all the kids, enjoy the times that you have with your mothers. Obviously, I had a great day with my mother, and obviously because it is Mother's Day, we welcome you to coverage of the Leadfoot Racing League from Five Flags Speedway, race number 11 to 12 to the championship. And it's only fitting that Eastern Technical Designs Late Model Stock Car Tour presents the Mother's Day 125. Qualifying is just about ready to expire. Good evening to you and yours wherever you are. I am Wesley Outland. Thank you so much. I will be calling the race solo tonight because a lot of people are celebrating Mother's Day or spending time with family and friends, and I get that. A matter of fact, luckily I had an afternoon time to be able to spend with my mother and family, so it works out perfectly that I'm able to be with you guys in the booth. We're getting ready for the Mother's Day 125, and of course, this is the Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola, Florida, half mile, the home of the Snowball Derby, and this is, of course, where we are ready to watch these drivers get ready to go at it for the Mother's Day 125. Tricked Out Designs qualifying, Tricked Out Decals qualifying has just expired, and it is Dylan Porter that has set fast time in qualifying. By the way, I want to let everybody know that obviously we have a very different looking production than usual, and the reason why that is obviously Mr. Cody Deemers, who usually joins us on production for Elevated TV, is obviously off tonight for Mother's Day as well. So Tracy Brown, one of the owners, have stepped in. They've said, hey, we're going to obviously work on production, helping out, be a backup producer. So obviously I know things will look different, but we will also obviously do the best we can to bring the action to you. The starting lineup is set for the Mother's Day 125 at Five Flags Speedway. Here is the starting lineup. Dylan Porter is the Tricked Out Decals fast qualifier. He turns a time of 16:7:23 to be on the pole. Tengai DeCoke will be on the outside of the front row. DeCoke, again, good to see him for the second week in a row. Tanner Carter and Jeffrey Comer will make up row number 2. Then it's going to be Lenny Brown and Landon Brown, the Brown family, on row number 3. Sean Luttrell as well as Jason Woodham. Winner last week, Jason Woodham in the 71. And then, of course, Thad Collins and James Birdsong will be in the back. I believe Birdsong is a scratch. That is your starting lineup for the race here tonight at the virtual, of course, Five Flags Speedway. This race will be 125 laps. Quick reminder, it is a half-mile racetrack. It is 125 laps. There will be the CRN stage break on lap number 30, on lap 40. If there is a caution between 35 to 40, that will be considered the stage break. Additional set of tires, 2 sets total, the ones that qualified on and another in the pits. There is one fast repair. That's a reset mulligan. One attempt at a green-white checker if need be. Remember, caution laps do count. It is a fixed setup. All cautions, black flags, lucky dogs will be controlled by Iracing, just like an official race. No black flags or penalties will be cleared for any reason, and no additional waiver rounds will be given. Happy Mother's Day to the moms of the world. We are green flag of the Leadfoot Racing League at Five Flags Speedway. Porter will jump up and take the whole shot. He'll lead them down into the corner. It's Comer and Brown now, getting around DeCoke. DeCoke falling back now, maybe 3 spots to 3rd or 4th, and put lap number 1 on the board. It is Porter in the lead. So Dylan Porter gets the opening lap. Right now, the key is to get to this first stage. As here comes the move down to the inside. That's obviously Brown and Carter. They're going to battle side by side. Down into the turn here. Woodham had a good solid run last week. Obviously, Carter dominated at Hickory. I'm sorry, we're at North Wilkesboro Speedway last weekend. My apologies. North Wilkesboro is where we were last week. What a fun race that was. Myrtle Beach, Hickory, obviously coming down to the final races of the schedule for Season 2. And by the way, they've already officially announced that we'll be having back for Season 3. I believe it'll begin on June the 1st. Sunday, June the 1st. So we'll take a couple of weeks off on Sunday night and then come back on June 1st with, of course, after Memorial Day weekend, the third season. And there's a lot of cool things going on. We'll have announcements about it as we got one going sideways right below the start-finish line. The number 83 car, that's Lenny Brown. He'll put us under the yellow flag, and that'll put us under our first caution flag of the race. By the way, caution flag is presented by MHD Design Incorporated. Here's a look at a replay for what happened here on Elevated TV. Obviously, phenomenal job. Tracy Brown already working on replay right out of the gate. Good job, Cody, on training. Look at this, 83, nowhere to go. And he spins, and right below the start-finish line, that is the reason why we go under the caution flag. Tracy Brown putting us on production there, showing us all the cool stuff that's going on in the 83 of Lenny Brown spinning there. So, caution laps do count. Remember this. Caution laps do count. So, obviously, we'll try to get them re-racked, restacked, and get ready for a restart here. But remember, the caution laps do count. Five Flag Speedway. What a fun racetrack this is. By the way, coming into tonight's event, Tanner Carter, as I mentioned, winner last week at North Wilkesboro Speedway, got 3 wins on the year, the non-points Slinger Clash race. He won at Hickory in round 6 and round 10 last week. He won at North Wilkesboro. He comes into the penultimate race of the season for season number 2 in the points lead. 333 to 321 over Landon Brown. Tough break for my buddy Tracy Brown. He's third in the points, but obviously he is probably going to forfeit that because he's on production here tonight. Tracy Brown obviously punching the buttons for Cody Deemers. Lenny Brown is right now with Jeffrey Comer in the top 5 of the point standings. Jason Woodham with a good solid podium last week at North Wilkesboro now sits in the number 6 position in points. Man, he was ecstatic, man. It was like he had won a race, last Saturday or last Sunday night whenever we interviewed him, and it looks like he has let's see. Let's zoom in on Woodham, Tracy, and see what kind of race car he's got if he brought back the good wrench colors of the 71 again. And no, he did not. He has changed the colors on that car to like an orange number 71. By the way, I'm understanding that Iracing and Trading Paints are having some issues. I'm understanding some of the drivers donned special Mother's Day race cars for their moms for Mother's Day, and I don't know how many are working properly or if they're still not correct. So nonetheless, a lot of the drivers in the Leadfoot Racing League showing love to their mother at the Mother's Day 125. Back to green, 10 laps in of 125, and Dylan Porter, there's the number 10 machine, getting a great launch over Jeffrey Comer. There's Thank God to Coke right there on the inside. To Coke now going to try to make a run on Tanner Carter. Tanner Carter down to the high side in that Rowdy Energy drink number 55, number 5 actually, looking to make a move here. Watch him up top as we see Landon Brown, Tanner Carter, all these guys going at it big time, side by side as that race continues on down into turn number 2. That is the Rowdy Energy 00. A 5 in front of him with the 54 as well of DeCock. And there you watch him go down to the corner, 13 of 125 laps. Remember, they got to get to that lap 40 for the stage break. That's the CRN stage break of the race. As right now, as it stands, it is the driver leading the way here at the Mother's Day 125 of Dylan Porter. Dylan Porter out in front, working 110 laps remaining as 15 are about to be complete. Big thanks again to Tricked Out Decals, Eastern Technical Design, MHD Design when the caution comes out. Of course, as I mentioned, season opener for season number 3 will be at the Milwaukee Mile The Milwaukee Mile will be coming up on June the 1st. I know a lot of people are really excited and looking forward to that. That's a really fun racetrack. That's where the series will start. Is right now Southern National, North Wilkesboro, just some of the places that are on tap for the Season 3 schedule. By the way, I was understanding that they only have enough fuel to go 112 laps tonight, so everyone will have to at least have to make a pit stop at some time in the race. So Porter in the lead. All of this happening here. Dylan Porter, Jeffrey Comer, Tanguy DeCoke, followed by Tanner Carter, Landon Brown, top 5. Here comes the 5, Landon Brown. He'll make a run on Tanner Carter for this position now as they work off the corner. Gotta love Five Flags Speedway. Thanks to everybody that's joining us again. I am solo tonight, so we appreciate you all staying with us, hanging with us here tonight for our coverage from the Leadfoot Racing League event here tonight. Understanding Jacob says it's a little bit choppy on the broadcast. Obviously, it's a different production and setup. Not usually Cody Deemer's work. We're just Tracy's doing the best he can, so please bear with us on that. And as Martin Lawrence said in Black Streak, and I've always wanted to say this, if you don't like the show, change the channel. But I don't mean that in a bad way. But obviously, you know, the production and things are done differently than what it is than usual with Cody Deemers and the Elevated TV. As a matter of fact, think about poor Tracy, man. He's kind of, you know, I don't want to say throw to the wolves, but, you know, here he is doing his broadcast here. You know, working it solo, and I'm working the broadcast solo. So we could have took off. We could have took off tonight for Mother's Day, but everybody still wanted to race, and obviously there is a championship on the line, and we do thank the guys that showed up. And by the way, I do understand that there's like a whole there's more talent pool coming for season number 3, and the decision was made: do we bring them in now, or do we wait till the next season? And the powers that be said, let's wait till next season. Let's let these guys that have been committed all year finish out the battle for the championship. And I have to say I agree with them on that. I do. We're working now lap number 27. 27 of 125 laps. As all of this is going on with Porter still in the lead. Porter out in front. Nice, comfortable spot right now for that driver in the top position. Porter, Comer, DeCoke, Carter, and Brown right now, your top 5. That's the way it currently stands right now, as Porter is still running away with this thing, man. Nobody can catch the driver of the number 10. Comer in second. There you see him right there. There's the 54 of the driver. Second time racing, Tanguy DeCoke. And DeCoke is obviously joining us, racing with the series. The number 54 plans to make a run with us in season number 3. There is his car currently right now sitting comfortably in the number 3 position. Carter and Brown. Oh, and by the way, we are heading towards the end of stage number 1. Don't forget that Sierra stage break will be coming up on lap number 40 of the race. There's already 94 laps to go in the overall amount. One caution already stopping things. That was, of course, when Lenny Brown spun on the front straightaway. Other than that, it's been clean and green here at Five Flags Speedway. Gotta love the half mile. That is the Five Flags Speedway, the home of the Snowball Derby. And obviously, we are moving into the late rally, the home stretch of the opening stage of this race. Porter, Comer, DeCoke, Carter, Brown, top 5. That's the way it currently stands right now. So we continue to watch these drivers work their way back around the racetrack. Remember, lap number 40. Lap number 40. They'll all be getting ready to get to that CRN stage break. You got to wonder if some drivers will be pitting, if some will not. All of that will be happening. On board with, of course, Tanner Carter up ahead. That is the driver of Brown. Landon Brown in the 5 car as we are closing in on the end of the first stage of the race. Remember, lap number 40 is the CRN stage break. As the number 5 machine, you watch him. Tengai Dakok from Bangkok, actually. Just a chill guy. That's what he says. He is from Bangkok, though, everybody. He is really a real person from Bangkok. And right now, Dylan Porter, Comer, DeCock right there, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 as here comes now Comer peeking down to the inside. Will he make a run? Final lap of stage 1 here. Getting ready to wrap up the first 40 laps of the CRN stage break. Porter slips up high. Here comes Comer down to the bottom. DeCock will come with him. Here they work their way off of turn number 4 to the line and the caution flag. And that will wrap up stage 1. And the CRN stage break is going to go to the driver of the number 02 of Jeffrey Comer. So Jeffrey Comer gets it done in the stage break. A really good job for the driver there of Mr. Comer. So that worked out good for him. And we'll get ready for stage number 2. We're going to be right back, everybody. Stay with us right here as the Leadfoot Racing League continues to rock and roll here tonight from the virtual Five Flags Speedway. Again, Jeffrey Comer, your stage 1 winner. All right, everybody. So I stepped away for just a moment. I did step away for just a moment as we have moved to the end of the first stage of the race. I don't know if y'all were able to pick up the music or not. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I'm just trying to pump something through the board so there wouldn't be dead air. But understanding that it is a little bit choppy on the broadcast, our apologies on that. Obviously, there is a real big delay because we're on lap 30. We're on lap 44, and it says the broadcast is at lap 37. I just took a look at it. But nonetheless, guys, obviously, we'll work on making a better job on production. Tracy Brown is stepping up and helping out on production tonight because Cody was off for Mother's Day. So that is why it looks differently than what it normally does. But, yeah, I do see where it's buffering, and I see where it's choppy, everybody. So I do... we're working on it. That's all I can tell you. We're working on it, right? Rome wasn't invented in a day, and neither was elevated TV backup broadcasters in production. So, nonetheless, though, man, big thanks to Tracy Brown for helping step up. And here comes the pace car out of the pit lane. CRN stage break is in the books. We now go to the continuation of the race. Green flag back out with Again, 80 laps to go. There's 80 laps remaining. We're on lap number 45 of 125 as Lenny Brown up in the lead of the 83. Now, remember, Lenny had problems earlier. Remember, he spun, brought out the MHD Designs caution flag, and now you see he's up in the top spot in that number 83 machine, up 4 positions. Lenny Brown. There goes Stephen Luttrell right behind him down to the inside. Look at now Jeffrey Comer. Comer now into the 3rd spot. Remember, Jeffrey Comer was able to win the stage. The obviously stage break presented by CRN going to the driver there, Jeffrey Comer. Comer got a really good car here tonight. Trying to finally break through and win here with the series. Tanner Carter obviously won. Tanner Carter was able to win last race and, of course, picked up his 3rd win of the season. He's got the points lead by about 12 points over the driver of Landon Brown. Speaking of Brown, right now, there he is. Landon Brown back in 5th position of the number 5 car. Lenny Brown up in front, by the way. Luttrell followed by Comer, all in line. They're single file. They'll work off the corner. We got a battle going on in the back. Side by side for a minute. It looks like Carter and Brown were going at it on the high side. There goes Brown up top in the 5. The 00, Tanner Carter on the bottom. There's the race we're watching, and DeCock is ready to pounce on them again here, watching all this happening. Back to the stripe. Comer right now in the 3rd position. Porter, the pole man, now on his inside. Dylan Porter will now move to the number 3 spot. While this goes on, we're heading towards lap number 53 of 125 and close it in on 71 laps to go here. Remember, halfway of the race officially will be lap number 63. Man, you got to love Five Flags Speedway. Such a fun racetrack here. Obviously, the home of the Snowball Derby and all of the other cool things that's happened there. Obviously, Five Flags Speedway is a half-mile oval track. 15 degrees of banking in the turns, 9 degrees on the straightaway. The track width is 55 feet in the turns and 48 feet on the straightaways as well. It is a fun place, the home of the Snowball Derby, Five Flags Speedway, and right now, obviously, the home of the penultimate race for the Leadfoot Racing League. As right now, it is Brown in the lead for how long, though? Here comes the pole man. It is Dylan Porter trying to run him back down for that top spot as they work their way back to the corner. We're single file again with Brown, Porter, Luttrell, Comer, and Carter, top 5 as it stands. Everybody staying single file as they work their way back to the corner again. Up 4 spots, Lenny Brown. Lenny Brown now into the lead. Remember, he had that one and only caution before the end of the CRN stage break at lap 40. He spun early in the race down at the front straightaway at the start-finish line. Lenny Brown now up 4 spots in the lead. Dylan Porter is in 2nd. Stephen Luttrell up 4 spots. He's now in 3rd. Jeffrey Comer in hot pursuit right behind him. Tanner Carter, after winning the wild race at North Wilkesboro last Sunday night, he now sits in the top 5. All these drivers working their way single file around the racetrack, and we are closing in on the halfway mark of this race as well. It is a conga line. It is a conveyor belt. No one jumping out, nose to tail. They all stay in that order as they snake their way back off into the corner into turn number 1 and 2 again. So it is, of course, Brown still in the lead, followed by Porter, Luttrell, Comer, and Carter, top 5 as it stands. Then, of course, it is the other Brown, DeCock, followed by Birdsong, Wyndham, and Collins, already out of the race. That is Thad Collins out of the race. 36 laps down. Thad Collins has already parked it and called it a night. James Birdsong did not qualify. However, the number 7 car is in position number 7 as Dylan Porter is now on the back door of Lenny Brown. He's at the left rear of that quarter panel trying to make a run. Dylan Porter, the man who set fast time and tricked out decals qualifying. $10 already in the pocket of Dylan Porter. Porter now trying to run back down Brown for the lead. Brown and Porter starting to pull away from the other guys of 3rd and 4th on back as they're crossing the line heading to 1. That's Luttrell and Comer. There you see the interval between them as they work their way down towards lap number 70 of this race. By the way, again, this is the 11th race on the schedule. The championship will be decided for season number 2 next week, the finale. By the way, big thanks again to Tricked Out Decals, the qualifying pole award. The number 10 of Dylan Porter pocket, it's $10. Graphic design company owned by, of course, Jeffrey Comer. Race wraps, banners, awards, shirts, logos, and window stickers. Any size, anything, he'll take care of you. Tricked Out Decals, 865-752-5152. And the Community Radio Network is my company, the Stage Break sponsor. Always at wearecrn.com, 87.9 FM. If you're in the Smithfield, Selma, 4 Oaks, Johnston County, North Carolina area, 87.9 FM. Nonetheless, we continue to roll on towards lap number 75 and 50 to go. Closing up on it as, again, there's the battle for the lead continuing between Lenny Brown and Dylan Porter. By the way, I want to say a big thank you, as always, to Eastern Technical Designs, the title sponsor of the Leadfoot Racing League Late Model Stock Car Tour in Season 2. They provide design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. Drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical plans as required to produce a finished building and or structure flawlessly. This company is owned by producer Tracy Brown and admin of the LFRL. He's hitting the buttons tonight. Thanks again, Tracy. If you'd like to know more, Eastern Technical Designs. We need to do some advertising on CRN. Football season's coming up. I know he's in the Carolinas. We might need to do some kind of a package for football season. Definitely like to chat with him about it. Move down into under 50 to go now, ladies and gentlemen, as Brown, Porter, Comer, Luttrell, and Carter are in the top 5. And there's the battle for the lead right there, as Brown and Porter are going at it tooth and nail for the victory. Down to the home stretch. There's the 83 working on the high side. Porter now back down to the bottom. He'll try to work to the inside and squeeze him. Can't not get him yet. Works their way around the half mile, heading back up into turn number 1 and 2. Again, that 15 degrees of banking, 9 degrees down the straightaway here at the half mile of Five Flags Speedway. Dives it on in there off the corner. Tries to make another move. Can't clear him yet. As now it is closing in on the finish of this one with under 50 laps to go. It is now Brown in the lead. Lenny Brown up in front, and we got a caution, ladies and gentlemen. Yellow flag out over the speedway. Jeffrey Comer with a problem in the 0-2. Watch Comer, and he gets into it with Tanner Carter on the front straightaway. The Fight Cancer F Cancer, number 0-2, Jeffrey Comer going around, and he will put us under a caution flag. Yellow flags are presented by MHD Design. Some drivers coming down onto the pit lane. Remember, the conversation was that some of these guys are going to have to pit because, well, they're off. Oh, boy. Comer spinning again, entering onto pit road. MHD Design, the constant sponsor, owned by Mac Morgan, based in North Carolina, is a company that excels in creative, innovative architectural interior design solutions. They focus on crafting unique and functional spaces for residential clients, ensuring each project reflects the individual style and needs of the homeowner. More details at MHD Design on social media. So we now settle us for a restart. A lot of the drivers just came down pit road. Everybody except Dylan Porter. Now, Dylan Porter pitted at the stage break on lap number 42. He came down pit road then. Everyone else pits on lap number 80. Jeffrey Comer is still on pit road. Comer still in his pit stall. You see him as they work by under the caution flag. And now he'll exit off pit road after about a 12-second pit stop. So Dylan Porter, remember this, everybody. Dylan Porter on 40-lap older tires than everybody else that just pitted on lap number 80. Will it work for the advantage of Porter? Or, as the old cliche, have you ever brought a knife to a gunfight? This might be that scenario for the Leadfoot Racing League. Are the tires gone on the number 10, and Dylan Porter is easily going to get bypassed? We'll find out. We know, and I know personally, I've announced many times for ARCA, for MAV TV, the Snowball Derby, the Snowflake 100 at Five Flag Speedway in my career, going down to Pensacola in December. This track is abrasive on tires, and they try to mimic the same blueprint on iRacing. 40 laps older tires, 38 to be exact, by Porter on brown. We are back to green here at Five Flag Speedway. Porter, 40 old tires, but he's still showing the strength to be in the leader. He's gone in the 10. 40 laps to go when they come to the line, and there's 31. There's contact, bouncing off the 5 of Brown. Tanner corner sideways, and the caution's out again. Another MHD Design caution. Watch the 5 and the 00. Fishtailed, saved it, came back down, clipped the 5 again, and corner just missing the cock into the outside wall. Jeffrey Comer getting collected also in the 02. So a late race caution here. Putting us under the yellow flag. Working lap number 87 of 125 laps. We still got a long way to go in this one, right? I mean, we still... under 40 remaining. If you want to do the math, actually, correct. It's 37. To go. 37 remaining at the line. There's Porter. Boy, oh boy, Porter still using the same tires that he pitted on lap 42. Heading towards lap number 90. This is our 4th MHD Design caution of the race. Hey, by the way, season 3 they're gonna have some special nights for season number 3 beginning on June 1st with the Eastern Technical Designs Leadfoot Racing League, including opening night. Make some noise and pack. We hope to have a big field set for the Tone at Milwaukee Mile. That'll be Season 3's opener, Milwaukee Mile, June 1st. June 22nd will be Throwback Night. That'll be, again, Throwback Night at North Wilkesboro Speedway on June 22nd, visiting virtual historic Wilkes County. Nations Night will be at Hickory on 4th of July weekend, Sunday, July 6th. Of course, appreciate all the drivers from far and wide, from Canada to the United States that'll be welcome, and even all the way from Spain, like Tanguy de Cock.
Green flag.
Show off your nation's and state's colors with their cars, flags on the colors. They're showing their nation's flag colors or their heritage, patriotic. Don't forget Oswego Speedway, double points on July 20th. Sports Night at Sobo, sporting their favorite sports teams in NASCAR, NHL, MLB, NFL, and NBA. Going to have a dash for cash for the last 5 races of the season. That's something new this year. And the championship race will be decided at also Myrtle Beach Speedway. That's going to be really cool to crown the Season 3 champion. That'll be all done in August. So we got a fun summer as we come back to Green, by the way, heading towards lap 100. And I'm just blown away that on 40 lap used up tires, more than the other guy, Dylan Porter is hanging with these guys and actually pulling away. Dylan Porter now in the 10. Luttrell now 3/10 back, followed by Tanguy de Cock. And then it's going to be Brown. Remember what happened to Brown earlier in the race? Man, Lenny Brown falling back into the top 5 and 4th with Tanner Carter, but what a job for the 83 to get right back in this thing after having problems earlier. At one time, he was up to 2nd spot. By the way, Tanner Carter did pit on lap number 86. So that last caution, we did see Tanner Carter come down pit road. He has pitted now 3 times. Also, Jeffrey Comer pitted 3 times at lap number 81. The only driver that has pitted 1 time is Dylan Porter, the leader. Last time he pitted, as I mentioned, lap 42 at the CRN stage break. And we are closing in on under 30 laps to go, 28 at the line. We see the 5 in the back trying to run down Tanner Carter. Tanner Carter trying to run down Lenny Brown. Lenny Brown going after the man from Spain, Tanguy de Cock. Down the back straight away. For first, second, third. Here they come off the corner. Sideways. Contact. Carter on the inside of the machine of Brown. Here comes the other Brown. It's a Brown-Carter battle. Coming to the line. 25 to go. Next time by here at Five Flags Speedway. They will put 100 laps on the board. A century grind in the books in less than 35 minutes. 25 laps to go here in the penultimate race of Season 2, the season of the Leadfoot Racing League. So while all this happens, we set our sights on the finish. Under 25 to go. Dylan Porter, remember I talked about the tire situation. The tires are gone. He still races on. We go to Martinsville next Sunday night for the championship. Remember, the race was supposed to have actually ended tonight at Martinsville, but we had I think it was Easter, I believe it was. I think it was Easter, where they made the decision to postpone Easter and move everything a week back. And then a lot of guys were saying, man, we didn't realize it was the week of Mother's Day this Sunday either. So everybody took a vote. They said, yes, we want to race. That's why they're here. Thank you to those guys. Thank you to everybody that's watching. Thank you to Tracy Brown on production. Just Cody Deemers is off tonight. All the other announcers are off tonight. It's just me And we close in on 20 laps to go. Championship will be decided next Sunday night at Martinsville Speedway. And then we'll take off for a couple of weeks, and then we come back on June the 1st as Carter dives in on the inside of DeCock. DeCock up off the track. Here comes the 5 of Brown. DeCock almost into the wall as Brown dives to the inside. He'll clear him for 4th. Now Brown got to hold off DeCock. He's down to the bottom of the racetrack now. He's on the left rear. Gives him a shot. There goes also Brown, the other Brown. DeCock in the middle of that Brown sandwich as they work their way down the back straightaway. Now here comes Carter now getting company for 3rd, for 2nd. Carter to 2nd. Luttrell falling back. Almost 3 wide off the corner. 17 to go here at Five Flags Speedway. Watch that 36 Luttrell now. Under attack again, down to the inside. There's contact. DeCock gets into Luttrell. Luttrell goes up the hill. He'll pounce back on the inside of the machine of Brown. Brown now back to the bottom. Woodham now to the inside of the Porter's in trouble. The leader, Porter's in trouble. Porter in trouble. The 10 car all the way back to 8th. Something happens to Porter, and the new leader is Brown in the 5 with 15 to go here at Five Flags Speedway. Something has happened. Something happened to Porter. Man, I'm not sure. But Porter has fell all the way back to 8th. There you see the interval. I mean, this guy went from the penthouse to the outhouse and forgot the toilet paper. 13 to go here at Five Flags Speedway. It is Landon Brown in the lead, still up in front. Brown, DeCock, Carter. Here comes DeCock on the inside from Spain. Down to the inside. Struggled last week at North Wilkesboro where he made his debut, but tonight he is flawlessly behind the Fury race car number 5 of Landon Brown. Landon Brown, last year's champion. Working on the outside. Down into the corner. Into turn 3 and 4. 10 laps to go here at Five Flags Speedway. Carter right back in the fight again as well. He's in 3rd. The Munster, Rowdy Energy Drink, number 00. There he is, right there in tow. Single file, top 3, try to pull away a little bit. DeCock's now getting some company from Carter. Look at Woodham and Brown. They're going to go up the racetrack. Woodham on the inside, getting around the 83. Lenny Brown. That's for 4th and 5th. Jason Woodham with a top 3 podium last week. Remember, he was driving that 71 Goodwrench Service Plus white race car. Now in the orange 71. 8. Make it 7 to go here at Five Flags Speedway. And Landon Brown in the lead. Woodham up high. Here comes Lenny Brown to the inside for 4th and 5th. And while that goes on, Stephen Luttrell and James Birdsong are right there in the catbird seat also, watching all this happen.
Caution, caution.
What might have been for Dylan Porter as we got a caution. Dylan Porter, oh my goodness, he's crashed and he has gone airborne. Woodham gets into him. And we are under another caution flag. This is the 5th one of the race. And with, oh boy, look at this. Wow, Porter just spun. And here comes the cavalry. Wow. Jeffrey Comer with a kill shot to the 10 in the driver door. T-boned him and sent him airborne. A lot of other cars went up into the wall as well. This will set up a caution I wonder if they can get going before the race distance expires, or will we have one attempt at overtime? This is the 5th caution of the race, by the way. By the way, when they do come to the line and they get the white flag, it'll be the W Energy 1 to go. W Energy provides high-quality energy drinks with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash or jitters later. W Energy is committed to helping individuals stay energized and perform at their best peak. Use the promo code LFRL for 10% off at checkout of your order every time, and a portion of all proceeds also goes back to the Leadfoot Racing League. That's W Energy, the white flag sponsor. Remember, the W Energy 1 to go of the race as we are nearing the home stretch of this one. Hey, while we get ready for the finish and possibly in overtime, I want to remind you of the LFRL news that they have announced, of course, again, the return of Season 3. If you are a driver looking into getting a spot in the LFRL Late Model Stock Tour, join the Discord for all the information on the upcoming tryout races. The Discord's link can be found on the LFRL Instagram page at lead_foot_RL. That's at lead_foot_RL, or you can DM the page directly, and the owners will get back with you some way, somehow. We are still in the regular scheduled distance. They're going to come to the line. Green, white, checker. Overtime, if need be, one shot at it. But right now, it is the leader in front, the number 5, Landon Brown. Works to the inside. Tanner Carter up high. Peaks to the bottom. They're going to make contact. They're coming to the line. W Energy 1 to go. Final lap here at Five Flags Speedway. Brown in the lead. Carter looking high, looking low. Can he make a run? He'll go to the top. He gets the door shut on him. Carter dives to the inside on a crossover. Can't get there. Landon Brown wins at Five Flags Speedway. For Landon Brown, it is the victory for the number 5. Landon Brown, who came into this race 12 points behind Tanner Carter, holds off Tanner Carter, and Landon Brown will also officially lock up his first win of the season in the penultimate race of the year in that Fury Race Cars number 5. Again, the winner is Landon Brown. Time of race, 43 minutes and 10 seconds to run 125 laps. Look at the celebration going on at the end of 5 caution flags. Landon Brown burning it down, and he will celebrate as the winner. Here's the results for tonight's event. Landon Brown is the winner of tonight's race here at Five Flags Speedway. We'll talk to him in a moment. Tanner Carter will finish in second spot with a valiant effort by Tanner Carter. Just came up short there at the end. Made a move high, made a move down low. Landon Brown held him off to get the, of course, victory. Tanner Carter is second. Lenny Brown will finish third with a comeback for Lenny Brown. He had problems when he spun earlier. He'll finish on the podium. Tanguy DeCock from Bangkok will finish in fourth. Our buddy out of Spain. Stephen Luttrell is fifth. Jason Woodham, James Birdsong, Jeffrey Comer, Dylan Porter, and Thad Collins. That is the finishing order of the race here tonight at Five Flags Speedway. Time of race, 43 minutes, 10 seconds in the Mother's Day 125. So, commercial free, and in doing so with that, we will now bring in our drivers that obviously won the race. If we can get them. I don't see them. There we go. There's Landon Brown. So we got Landon Brown. We'll grab him. Tanner Carter. We'll get his thoughts because he finished obviously in the second spot. So we'll bring Tanner Carter in the booth. And finally, the last one is Lenny Brown. I don't see Lenny Brown anywhere.
He's going to use mine.
He's going to use yours? Okay. All right. Well, we got everybody then. All right. Well, we welcome you to post-race. And obviously, again, we're just kind of doing things differently. Big thanks to, obviously, Tracy Brown for stepping out of the race car and working on producing tonight for Mr. Cody Deemers and Elevated TV and CRN. But joining us in Victory Lane is Landon Brown. Landon, you finally got yourself one, and at a perfect peak as well, moving into the championship race between you and Carter for the title next week at Martinsville. Your take of holding him off here at Five Flags. Congratulations on winning the Mother's Day 125, buddy.
Yeah, man. It must have been the new paint scheme. I don't know. It's been stress all season, waiting for a win. I won 2 or 3 last season, and so it's kind of disappointed me going all season without a win. So I knew Five Flags is one of my favorite tracks, one of my best ones. So I was coming in hungry, and yeah, it's not easy holding off that 00. He knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. I'm just glad, it was able to come down to a clean finish. We didn't have any wrecks on the green, white checkered, so that's really all you can ask for. And I'm just glad that I was able to close it out. Because that's not an easy thing to do with that 00 behind you.
And I'll tell you what, Landon, this racetrack, it just offers exciting racing, doesn't it? How good was your car, and obviously, did you feel like you had a pretty good chance to hold him off with a 2-lap shootout? I had a feeling probably you were going to expect anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all race, my car felt really well, actually, a little better than I thought it was going to be because in the first stage, I felt like I was pushing it a little too hard and staying out, not taking tires. So I was a little worried that I'd, burnt the tires up a little too fast. But it turned out to be all right, especially with that one caution. We got to come in and get a new set of tires, and it was just uh, full blast, full throttle all the way the rest of the way. There was no saving after that caution where we all pitted. So I was just hoping that my tires hung on because I was going for it with everything I had, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. But I was going to say that I tried anyways.
Well, buddy, I'll tell you what. Next week, Martinsville. What are we going to see between Brown and Carter for the title?
Oh man, I hope it's a good one. I imagine us both will be running up front. At least I hope. That's the hope, anyways. Put on a good show. I don't know if Tanner's raced Martinsville with us before. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm sure he'll be good there, and yeah, he's gonna give some good competition. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good show. Hopefully, we have a good field of cars as well. We ought to.
I got a feeling it will be a good race at the Paperclip next Sunday night for the title, no doubt, for Season 2. Landon, before I let you go, buddy, please thank your sponsors, man. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Of course, Eastern Technical Design and Tracy. Again, thanks to him for stepping out of the car and coming into the booth for a little bit. Gotta thank W Energy, MHD Designs, CRN, Elevated TV, all those guys, and yeah, I just can't thank everybody enough. Happy Mother's Day.
There you go. And again, Landon Brown wins the Mother's Day 125 of the number 5 machine, his first win of the year. And obviously, it's going to come down between him and Tanner Carter. 12 points separated them coming into tonight's penultimate race of the season for Season 2. Tanner Carter, oh boy, it's going to be a gutter war next week at the Big M, my friend. You're taking the night, and man, I got to give mad props to you as well, Tanner. You could have used a bump and run. You could have ran him up the racetrack. You could have spun him if you wanted to. You just did not do that, man. You're taking this race, and what's your thoughts moving into Martinsville for next Sunday night?
I hope it's a good one. Fast car. I mean, hard to say. I mean, Landon, me and him run good all the time. We always run clean. So, I mean, I appreciate him for that. So, I mean, I figured I'd give him the same back. So, hopefully going into Martinsville, we'll race the same way and we can run up front and see what happens.
And I'll tell you what, let's go back to obviously this race. Man, I don't want to say that you were in a dogfight, but there were a couple of times you had to kind of be a little aggressive to fight for the spots that you needed. But I mean, once you got up front, you showed how strong your car really was.
Yeah, I wish we could have capitalized on it. I got into Dylan Porter there. I apologize to him. I misjudged where he was going to let up at. Landon was on my inside, so I figured I could run the outside and be all right. But I kind of got into the back of him, and then it kind of screwed us from there. But all in all, it was a good race.
Well, buddy, next week, Martinsville, what's it going to take to hoist that championship? I mean, it's been a good year for you, right? Let's recap. You won the Clash at Slinger Super Speedway. You won Hickory. You won last week at North Wilkesboro. Firing on all cylinders, as they say. What will it take to hold off Landon Brown to you hoisting the Season 2 championship?
Hopefully just a long, clean race. I was assuming tires are going to come back into a factor. I don't really know how bad Martinsville is. I ain't run it yet, so we'll figure out next week. But other than that, I think I'm good. If Landon wins and I finish second, I think I'm still good to win the championship. So, but I'm going for the win as always. So we'll find out.
Well, man, have all your stuff ready to roll for next week. Martinsville, the paperclip. It is a fun, exciting track, a little pavement, a little concrete. We'll see what happens. A great place for the title. Before I let you go, sir, thank you, sponsors.
Yeah, Weaver's Distributors, Tricked Out Decals, ADP, and DA Carter Services.
Tanner Carter is the points leader. I got a feeling he'll be the points leader, even though Landon Brown won tonight. But it's going to be Carter and Brown to duke it out for the title next week at, of course, Martinsville Speedway to wrap up season number 2 of the, of course, Eastern Technical Designs Leadfoot Racing League. Martinsville will not be something to miss next Sunday night. Let's go down to the third place, man, and we'll grab now Lenny Brown. Lenny, man, you had some problems at the start of the race, but you overcome. You finish on the podium.